I met Dan a few years ago, and I've always been inspired by his positive attitude and ability to tell an engaging story. His piece, The Rock That Kissed the Mirror, is riveting, and it really shows where he's come from in life. It paints a picture of the slums of Brazil and the such a stark contrast to the life that I've lived here and the life that a lot of people in Western countries live. We take a lot of things for granted. At the end of the piece, he talks about how there's just no medical support. There's no governmental support. It's just deal with the suffering and the loss and the death on your own as a family, and all you'll end up with is whatever your family can provide for you. And I think he mentions the concept of hell on earth, and for the people in his piece, it seems to be that's what it was like. I'm really grateful that Daniel chose to share that story, because it allowed me to enter a completely different universe, one that I would never be able to experience myself, because no matter what I do, I can't grow up in a different place. I can't do anything differently to how I've lived now. I could travel to Brazil, I could experience that for myself, but it would still be from an external perspective. He talked about how his family was living in fear, and then he looked across the road at people that he barely knew and assumed that they were living in fear. And I can only imagine that would be projected to the society in general. A general feeling of fear and just avoidance of strangers and keeping to yourself. And that's when he talks about the layers of fences and barbed wire and electricity and security dogs and all of that sort of stuff. I couldn't imagine what that level of general societal fear and insecurity would do to the society as a whole and to an individual. But on the other side of things, having known Daniel for a while now, he is a very happy and sort of like glass half full sort of guy. He's always willing to have a good time, always willing to lend a hand, and he doesn't let his past or where he's come from affect where he's going. He's got a very positive outlook, but there's a lot of undertones of an understanding of the darker side of the world that, like I said, people from a more Western country might not see. It's very easy to get into this feeling that our world is safe and secure and fine. But when you read a story or talk to someone that has had a more darker past or can explain the darker parts of the world, it really opens up your perspectives. And that's part of why I'm really wanting to do this Share Your Story project, because I get to read and learn and listen to things and stories and contexts and happenings that are way beyond my experience. So thank you once again, Daniel, and if anyone has a story they want to share, please head over to the website, zachary-phillips.com/shareyourstory, and from there you'll be able to share yours and read Daniel's story as well as the other stories that I've got up. I've got at least maybe 5-6 up at the moment, and a lot more are just getting sent in to me every day. So if you've got a short story to share, please do, because the more we share, the more we learn, and the more empathy we'll get for everyone in general. So yeah, thanks.